Good morning, everyone. Today's class we will begin again with the recall what we have done yesterday. So yesterday we have done the effects of the First World War on Germany. About these effects we have read in a previous class. In that we have seen that about the social effects. About the social effect, what was the social effect of the First World War? Now, due to the harsh impact of the war, the soldiers were placed above the civilians because of the harsh impact, very bad impact of the First World War. The soldiers were placed above the civilians. Next, we have seen that the great stress was laid on for men to be aggressive, strong, and masculine by the political leaders and media both, that the man should be very much strong enough plus masculine to face any type of danger. Third, in social effect, we have seen that aggressive war propaganda and national honor resulted in popular support for conservative dictatorship. Now they were more in favor of conservative dictatorship, that is the rule of the king again, and not in the favor of the democratic republic. Then in political effect, we have seen that the birth of Weimar Republic concerned with the revolutionary uprising of Sparkist League. Now it was the period when the League was also uprising, and at that time only Weimar's republic occurred on the pattern of Bolshevik revolution in Russia. That Sparkist League was there. Then we have seen, but the uprising was suppressed with the help of with the help of veterans organization known as Free Corps. Then we have also read about the Free Corps. Now, who were the Free Corps? We have read that there was an uprising in Berlin demanding Soviet-style government in Germany. Then Weimar's Republic crushed this uprising with the help of war veterans. War veterans were the voluntary organization called as free camps. So this we have read. Next we came about the economic crisis, that is hyperinflation. Yesterday class we have read about hyperinflation. Now, in this, we have read that Germany fought the First World War mainly on loans and later had to repay. The Germany had to repay repay that loss in gold, and this resulted in the depletion of gold reserves in Germany. And as Germany refused to pay the loan in 1923, in return, France occupied its leading industrial area, Ruhr. This also we have seen that when Germany refused to pay back the damages, to repay back the damages of to the France, then France occupied its leading industrial area, Ruhr, which was very much means famous for its coal products, coals. Then Germany began printing paper currency also recklessly. Recklessly means carelessly. It started printing currency papers, and this resulted over circulation of paper currency, due to which the value of German mark also fell. And this came to be known as hyperinflation, a situation. What is hyperinflation? It is a situation when prices rose phenomenally high. Here this till here we have read in the previous class. Then we have gone to the years of depression also. Years of depression also we have begin with that. In years of depression, Wall Street exchange in USA was crashed, and beginning of the great economic depression was there here. And next, we have seen that Germany faced its worst economic crisis at this time. And in this period, loss of jobs was there, and reduced wages was also there. They were, means, people who were already in jobs, they were given less wages, less salary, and most of the workers had lost already the jobs. Then unemployment condition also reached the highest. Now people were mostly unemployed at this time. And then currency lost value, savings also of the pensioners and the middle class savings were also diminished, means was coming into the end, becoming less day by day. Now fear of impoverishment engulfed the whole of Germany. Now we have seen this. Now today we'll continue with the last paragraph, which was remaining here, of the years of depression. Now politically too, the Weimar Republic was fragile. Politically too, the Weimar Republic was fragile, very weak. Politically, Weimar Republic was very weak, and the Weimar Constitution had some inherent defects also. Few defects was there, few problems was there with the Weimar Republic, and which made it unstable and vulnerable to dictatorship. That is, mostly dictatorship was in demand at that time, when Weimar's Republic was seen weak, and few defects was there in Weimar's Republic. Then one was proportional representation. One defect was that of proportional representation, and in this we have seen, means we will see that this made achieving majority by any one party and near impossible task, leading to the rule of coalition. Now this one party it was not possible for one party to uh, keep the proper control, and thus it lead to the coalition. That means coalition government, you already know, when two or more governments together form the government, two and more groups of we can say either the political parties form the government, then it is called as coalition. So it was difficult task to have the control of this condition of the situation. So it was leading to the rule of coalitions. Next, we see another defect was Article 48, which gave the president the powers to impose emergency. Now, Article 48 was introduced, in which president was given the emergency powers, and it suspended civil rights and rule by decree. Rule by decree means it allows the ruler to edit law arbitrary, means as it want, it can make laws, it can frame laws without the approval of any legislative assembly. That is called as rule by decree. And within its short life, the Weimar Republic saw 20 different cabinets lasting on an average 239 days. So 20 different cabinets was there in 239 days only, and the liberal use of Article 48 was there. Yet the crisis could not be managed. These defects could not be managed, and people lost confidence in the democratic parliamentary system, and which seemed to offer no solutions to the any problems related to the economic crisis. So this was the years of depression, and these, in the last paragraph we have seen the problems faced by Weimar Republic. First is weak coalition government, in which proportional representation we have seen, misuse of Article 48 was seen, where rule of decree was there, suspended of civil right was there. Second, we have seen economic and social crisis, where prices rise, unemployment, humiliation was there, which caused unrest in the situation, and no solution was sought, so people lost the faith in Weimar's Republic. So this was the second main problem with Weimar's Republic. Third problem faced by the Weimar Republic was Treaty of Versailles, which made the Germany weak financially, and due to that, Germany lost the many of the territories, and war damages and fine along with war guilt was there put on Germany. Then we see that democracy was denied, and end of imperial rule, national assembly in infant age was there. Now what does the word here proliferation means? It means impoverishment, or impoverishment to the level of working class. It means those who were self-employed at that time, or those who were having their own uh, employment, those who were indulged in their own, but they were now being employed as a wage labor by an employee. So this was the condition. Those who were self-employed, and were now being employed by the employer, another person under they were working now had to work under another person, another employer. So this was such a harsh condition prevailing after the First World War in Germany. So in this such a harsh condition, now the rise of Hitler was there, because now people were not having faith at all in the democratic form of government in the Weimar Republic, and they were now more acceptance. They wanted to accept the rule of dictator, where the situation could be handled properly, the prevailing situation could be handled properly. Now, in this such a condition, the rise of Hitler was there. Now, this crisis in economy, polity, and society formed the background to Hitler's rise to power. So, in such a worse condition, if some strong, powerful man will come, then definitely people will go with it to handle the situation more properly. So, now who was Hitler? Hitler was born in 1889 in Austria. Hitler spent his youth in poverty. So he did not come with a rich background. He had spent his youth in poverty. And when the First World War broke out, he enrolled for an army. He means admitted himself in the army when the First World War broke out, and he acted as a messenger in front, became a corporal, and earned medals for bravery. He had earned many medals of bravery be- uh, when he was a corporal. Corporal means it is a rank in the army. So during the First World War, he was admitted, he took part in the army, and when he became a corporal, he had got particular rank in the army. He earned many acts of bravery. So this shows that Hitler was very brave personality. The German defeat horrified him, and the Versailles Treaty made him furious. So, the German defeat in the First World War made him very much angry, and the Treaty of Versailles also made him extremely angry, because he did not wanted such type of situation in the Germany. And in 1919, then he joined small group called German Workers' Party. Slowly, after being enrolled in the army in the First World War and getting many medals of bravery, he was not at all happy with the condition of Germany, with the defeat of Germany, and the conditions which were given by the Treaty of Versailles for Germany. Humiliating um, treaty was made by the German. This made very angry. Uh, Hitler became very angry due to this, and in 1919 he joined the small group called Germans Working Party, and he subsequently took over the organization and renamed Nationalist Socialist German Workers' Party. So, slowly, later on, first he joined the party, the German's Workers' Party, and subsequently, that means later on, he took over this Workers' Party, that is this organization, and he renamed this organization as Nationalist Socialist German Workers' Party. So, which party was renamed as Nationalist Socialist German Workers' Party? The German's Workers' Party was renamed by Hitler as National Socialist Workers' Party when he later on took over this organization. Clear this much? Next paragraph, in 1923, Hitler planned to seize control of Bavaria. Now, in 1923, Hitler now started planning to have control over the uh, over the states one by another. So he planned to seize to have control over Bavaria, and thus he marched to Berlin and captured the power. So now, slowly, Hitler was becoming powerful by having control over one after other uh, areas. He failed, but and was arrested. But in this, when he wanted to seize to have control over Bavaria, he failed in seizing to have the control over Bavaria and was arrested and tried for terrorism. Now he was tried for terrorism. For treason means it is the stage for betraying the one's own country, to making conspiracy for one's own country. So he was arrested for that and later after released also. The Nazis could not effectively mobilize popular support till early 1930s. So the followers of Hitler were called as Nazis. So these Nazis, uh, the Hitler was born in 1889, and the Hitler joined a small group called Germans Workers Party. We have seen then that Germans Workers Party was renamed as National Socialist Germans Workers Party, and this party came to be known as Nazi Party. Clear? That is why they were called as Nazis. And the Nazi could not effectively mobilize popular support till 1930s. Till 1930s they were not very popular, and it was during the Great Depression that Nazism became mass movement for the for many people. And as we have seen, after 1929 banks collapse means they failed to give loans, and the business also shut down. Workers lost their job, and the middle class were threatened with destination, means very much were having the threat that the condition of great distress will be there. In such a situation, Nazi propaganda. Now what was Nazi propaganda? Means to propagate one the meaning of word propaganda means to propagate or to inform. Especially this information can be biased, can be for particular one person only, and that this can be misleading also in nature. So the Nazis propaganda steered hopes for of the better future. So whatever uh, things were propagating Nazis, it steered hope in the eyes of the people that might be, if they will follow or the Nazi party, their future will become better. In 1928, the Nazi German parliament. By 1932, it had become the largest. Now, in Nazi party, got no more than 2.6% votes in Reichstag. Now, Reichstag we have already read in the previous lesson, previous pages, that what was Reichstag? It was a German parliament. Though Nazi got less vote, that is 2.6% only in vote, but by 1932 it had become the largest party with 37% votes. So earlier this Nazi party got only 2.6% point vote in German's parliament, but later on he it got the 37% of votes. Now this is a picture of Hitler being greeted at the party congress in Nuremberg in 1938. That shows that most of the people were in the hope that if they are going to follow the Nazi party, if they are going to support Nazism and follow Hitler, then might be their situation will be changed. Now, this is a picture which shows Nuremberg's rally in 1936. So, Nuremberg's rally was there. This rally is were held every year. This type of rally was held. See, such a great rally was held every year, and an important aspect of these wars, the demonstration of Nazi power, as various organizations paraded past Hitler, swore loyalty and listen to the speeches. That means these type of rallies were there every year to propagate Nazism, in which the loyalty towards the Nazi, towards Hitler was shown, and many powerful speeches were given by Hitler in this type of uh, rallies to the people. Now, Hitler was a powerful speaker. We see that Hitler was very powerful speaker, and his passion and his words moved people. Due to his speeches, due to his words, the people were more attracted to Hitler, and he promised to build a strong nation, undo the injustice of the Versailles Treaty, and restore dignity of the German people. That means now in the powerful speeches, Hitler promised people to make the German nation again strong, and whatever injustices were made to the German people, that will be again restored, and the Treaty of Versailles, the dignity which the German people had lost due to the Treaty of Versailles, that dignity, that respect will be returned back to German people. And he promised that the employment for those looking for work and secure future for the youth. So all these promises were made by Hitler, whether it was false or true, but it was propagated like this so that more and more people are attracted and support Hitler's viewpoint. And he promised to weed out all foreign influences. He promised to weed out means to remove all the foreign influences, and also resisted, stopped all foreign conspiracies, all planning and plotting which were done by the foreign countries against Germany. Hitler promised that it will all be ended, and then again the peaceful respect situation for Germans will uh, be done if the Hitler will be supported. In the next paragraph, Hitler devised a new style of politics now, and he understood the significance of rituals and spectacle in mass mobilization. Now, Hitler made the new style of politics, and he understood that the significance of rituals and spectacle in mass mobilization. That he understood that the situation to attract the attention is to for the public display. That public display should be there to attract more and more people towards Hitler. So he made massive rallies. Nazi party made massive rallies and public meetings to demonstrate the support for Hitler, and thus instill a sense of unity among the people. Nazi salute and rituals, a round of applause after the speeches were all part of spectacle of power. Means they were all part of the rally to a big round of applause after uh, each speech the Hitler gave about the Nazi salutation. all were publicly displayed. A show, public show was there, so that people support more and more to the Hitler. And now this picture you can see that sweeping and straight columns of people. Such photographs were intended to show the grandeur and power of Nazi movement. That such powerful Nazi or Hitler was there, that people used to be very respectful, plus we can say they were very proper, in a proper way they display themselves, they show themselves in front of the people, so that more and more people are attracted. Next paragraph, Nazi propagated skillfully projected Hitler as Messiah. Now, finally, people had thought Hitler as a Messiah. Who is a Messiah? Messiah is a savior, as someone who had arrived to deliver people from this their distress. So harsh condition, the situation was very worse in Germany after the First World War. So people thought that Hitler was a messiah, a savior to bring them out of that great distress, economic distress, the situation, worst situation which was prevailing in Germany. So, who was considered as messiah or the savior? The Hitler was considered as messiah or savior who will bring out the people of Germany from the distress conditions. It is an image that captured the imagination of people though whose sense of dignity and pride had been shattered, and who were living in a time of acute economic political crisis. So this was the condition when people were living in the economic and political crisis, where their future had been, whatever the respect had been there in earlier days, all was shattered after the First World War. And the Nazi, the Hitler's supporters of Hitler had given them support and had promised to give them that respect once again. Now, before till here only, before I continue this paragraph, write once again present in the chat box. Now, the destruction of democracy was there on 30th January 1933. President Hindenburg offered the chancellorship to the high, that is, the chancellorship was the highest position in the cabinet of ministers. So, President Hindenburg had offered this chancellorship, this highest position in the cabinet of ministers, to Hitler. But by now, the Nazi had managed to rely the conservatives to their cause. Now, Nazis managed to rely the people that they should believe now in Hitler. Whatever promises they Hitler had made, whatever promises the Nazi party is making, having acquired power, Hitler set out to dismantle the structure of democratic rule. Now, the Hitler had set out to destroy the structure of democratic rule. Hitler was no more the supporter of democracy, and that is why he wanted to destroy democracy overall. And a mysterious fire that broke out in German parliament building in February facilitated his move. Now, a mysterious fire broke out in German parliament, which facilitated further the rule of Hitler. The fire decree of 28 February 1933 indefinitely suspended civic right like freedom of speech, press, and assembly that had been guaranteed by Weimar constitution. So Weimar constitution had guaranteed the people for freedom of speech, freedom of press, and freedom of assembly to move, make a group and assemble anywhere. But all these were stopped by the Nazi party. And then he turned on his arch enemies, the communists, most of whom were hurriedly packed off to the newly established concentration camps. Now, those who opposed the Nazi party, those who were not supporters of the Nazis, they were sent to the concentration camps. Now, what were the concentration camps? They were the camps, a guarded compound for the detention or imprisonment of the allies members of ethnic minorities, or we can say that Nazis during the World War II, for the confinement and persecution of the prisoners, they had made these concentration camps, and the repression of the communists was very severe. And out of serving 6,808 arrest files of Düsseldorf, the small city of half a people of population, so many people were sent to concentration camps, and they were, however, only one among 52 types of victims prosecuted by Nazi across the country. So today till here only we will read. Tomorrow, means whenever in our next class we will meet, we'll continue the lesson from here, the destruction of the democracy. I hope everybody has typed present in the chat box. So I end here only. Thank you.